Hey, welcome to another episode of One and One Love with Bobby, live at 5 on Facebook. How you doing today? First of all, I want to tell you that I love you. I want to let you know that I appreciate you taking time out to be on this broadcast. Sometimes I'll go a little long, and I thank you for being patient with me. I'm very passionate about this subject. I love politics. I love politics to the point that I got 2 political shows. And I get very passionate and very, very, very bold about some of the things that I say. But this right here is my number one love. And that's teaching people the love of God. I was born to do this. I've been intrigued about the word love ever since I was a kid. I've seen people in my life go through heartbreak, give every ounce of their love to somebody, and get stabbed in the back, go through heartbreaks, cry hysterically. I myself end up being that victim, going through the same thing. Because honestly speaking, I'm not a player type. Some people think I am, because I look all right, but I'm not a player type. Once I love you, I genuinely love you. And it's hard for that to be just taken away from you when it comes to me. And I see God the same way. Once he set out to love you, it's hard for him to pull it back. You probably have somebody in your life that they set out themselves to love you and committed to you, even though you didn't want to be with them no more. They're struggling on the side, still hurting, still craving, still desiring to love you. And you may not even deserve it. You may have done something stupid. You may have the greatest person in the world. I've seen dudes do this, man. They have the greatest woman in the world. This woman has committed, set themselves out to love them, willing to open up everything, their wallet, their home, their pantries, everything to love this person, and this person still stabbed them in the back. I myself, I had a woman that opened up everything to me. Not that I asked for it, but I genuinely wanted to show that, how much I appreciate her, and that I was willing to open up everything that I have. And at the time, I didn't have much, but I was willing to give her everything. Yeah, we went back and forth with certain things. We had a disagreement, but she knew I loved her. And even though the relationship still went its own separate ways, I still have feelings for her. I still love her. I mean, we go in our own separate ways. We're friends. We'll always be friends. But I love her. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because we cannot go through life being quick to cut people off, being quick to snap, cut people out of our lives. Why am I on this? Let me tell you something. Look at me. Love is more than feelings. Love is more than sex. Look, I like that part. Don't get me wrong. I like it. Love is more than romance, emotionalism. I love romance. I love my emotions. I don't let it go all over the place. I control my emotions. I don't let my emotions control me. And some people get mad at me because their emotions are at an all-time high. Mine is at an all-time high, but I got a control over it. I'm not going to let it make decisions before it needs to make the right decision. It's going to always be under my control. And I can let it loose. Some people have that issue where they don't know how to control their emotion. You got to get your emotion in control. So number one, when you set out to love somebody and commit to it. Now we're going to go over different, what the world call love pretty soon. We're going to go over two things soon: the 5 phases of friendship and the 5 levels of love. We're going to go over that soon. It's very important, because you just can't give your love, every ounce of your love right away. That is so important. But let me get back to our lesson for today. As remnants, as people who are interested in this thing called love, our number one focus of love is between you and God and you. Our motto, our mantra is intimately connecting God to man and man to God. That is our motto. Pure Intimacy Ministries, Bobby Brown International, Winning with Love, Media. Our whole purpose is to connect men to God and God to man. Your number one focus. It's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your children. It's not your pastor, it's not your job, it's not that car you got outside. It's nothing but you and God. God is standing ready to connect to you. You have to stand ready to connect to him right now. Because the passionate love that the world needs out there gotta sting or gotta be coming from the God within you, loving through you to them. Your love ain't gonna cut it. And I'm getting ahead of myself because these are serious, man. We got to teach on God love versus your love, and how God gave you his love to love people. And God don't want you to love people with your love only. There has to be a driving force behind it and in front of the love, your natural love. God got to be in the front and the back of that. We're going to talk about that soon. So it's between you and God and you first. In that, God will begin to teach you how to love yourself. And once you get to the point where you're loving yourself, now you're able to love people the way they need to be loved. Not the way they want to, because a lot of people want to be loved this way. And God is saying, nah, no, don't fall for that. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They don't need that right now. But Lord, she's demanding it. Lord, he needs it. He needs my love. Lord said, no, that's mine, baby. No. I'll let you know when the right time to do it. In the meantime, you love them with my love. But this romance, this emotional stuff, I will lead you in that. I will lead you in that. Don't you jump before me. I will lead you in that. And I've been in that position where I had a wonderful woman in my life, loved her, things was great. I mean, I wasn't intending to fall in love with her because we were friends for decades. And the passion was there. And the opportunity was there. And we're going there. And then the Lord said, no, bruh, slow it down, Rob. You know where she just came from. Not right now. Put a pause on it. Do what you got to do right now with what you got to do. Get that in the way. But put a pause in it. I'll work on her, but you put a pause in it. I'm telling you to put a pause in it. But right now, I mean, you continue to love her with my love, but right now your emotions are getting in the way of me and her and what I need to do with her and what she need to do with me and herself. I don't need you getting in between that. I'll let you know when the proper time to do it. Well, the proper time never came because things came and got in the way of the relationship. And one huge thing got in the relationship that totally stopped it from going forward. And I can respect that and I can receive that. And I've come to terms with that and moved on. So now we're back to friends. And it's going to stay that way because I am totally going to listen to God when it comes to my personal love relationship. I am going to always listen to God. Now, I'm single. I got somebody, a friend of mine that may be potential, but we're just friends. I'm not rushing it. I ain't rushing nothing. My number one focus is my relationship with God and his relationship with me. Your number one focus should be your relationship with God and his relationship with you. Anything else comes out of that. The young lady that I'm seeing right now, the friend, we're friends now. Like I said, we're friends. She don't need just my romantic, emotional, powerful, sexual intimacy. She don't need that right now. She may want it. I don't think she want it. I don't think you can't handle the truth. But no, she's a Christian woman. Her number one focus is focusing on God and his relationship with her. That's what I'm talking about. And when you got that kind of relationship where you're focusing on God and that person is, and God is focusing on that person, and you're doing the same thing, you're focusing on God, and God is focusing on you. When y'all come together at the proper time, oh boy, it's going to be beautiful. Because your mind is not on romance all the time. It's not on sex all the time. It's not, I got to be there. I got to be there to cook for her, clean for her. She got to be there for me. Rob, yo, man. Oh, man, how long? I can't wait that long, bro. Last time, I can't go no more than 6 days. Dude, some people can go 6 years, and you hollering about 6 days, man. The most important thing for you and me is to connect to him and connect to God and let God connect to you. And through that, your love relationship will turn up in him. It'll turn up within yourself, and it'll be ready to turn up with the person that he brings before you. And it don't have to be somebody romantically all the time. There are people in your neighborhood that needs the love of God that's in you. I ain't got it in me. Well, soon we're going to be teaching on how to get it, how to develop it, how to nurture it, and how to grow it, and how to build it up like muscles. We're going to talk about that soon. We got a lot to do with this webcast. So, stay focused. Now, sure, you're probably married, got kids and things like that. That's fine. But that love that you give them, make sure is mainly God's love through you. Because if you just working on emotions and the sex and that stuff ain't there, man, that's going to cause some problems. I've learned that from experience. All right. Now, let me get into the lesson for the day. We're going to talk about Matthew chapter 5, verse 43. Today, we're going to talk about loving our enemies. Oh, this is going to be so good. This is going to be good. Ooh. How many got enemies out there? I know I do. What do you do with it? Here we go. Hold on. Buckle up. We going to go for a ride. You're going to be ready to cuss in a moment. You've heard that it was said, you should love your neighbor and hate your enemy. You should love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies. What? 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 In my little John? What? Oh no. What? Love your enemies. What? Now that's me saying that. What? Because right now in America, the thought, the mindset of the day is racism in America and dealing with it. Because of something that happened in Charlottesville. This stuff been happening a long time ago. I don't know why the media has been successful with putting that on people's mind instead of helping people come up. And these statues. Love your enemies. Man, you better take that Bible and go somewhere with that. I ain't gonna love nobody. You come in my face talking about white power and you Negro and you need to go back to Africa and all that kind of stuff. Man, and you come in my face with that stuff, I'm gonna knock your butt out. Love your enemies. Love them. Love them. Well, they don't love me. They hate me. They don't love me. They hate my guts. Gotta love them. Oh boy. I say, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. Now you're going too far. You want to take my sweet time and my messed up knees to get on the ground and pray for this person who just spit in my face. Really? You really asking me to do something like that? You done got to do it. He said to do it. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've been there. Sometimes I get so mad I want to scratch somebody like a girl. They ain't got no nails. It's like I can scratch that. I can scratch his face. Scratch and punch him. Oh. Sometimes you just want to take something. Just take a bottle, man. You see a bottle of Heineken on the ground and just take them. Pop. Hit him in the head with them and cut him in the throat. God said, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Pray for those who persecute you. Now, you may have to pray in the spirit to keep from cussing. Lord, this mother, he gonna make me put my foot way up in the crack of his behind. Lord, I just want to take my fist and run it right down his throat. Oh, Lord, I want to take this right foot and put it in the back of his right ear. Insecurity. I want to do an insecurity, a drop kick, a power driver, a suplex, a clothesline on that Negro. Can't do it, man. You can't do it. If you want to be a bona fide lover, you got to restrain yourself and not do it. Look, let me tell you something. I'm going to do it like LL. When I punch him, I'm going to punch him. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well. We're going to spend more time on this. This is going to be 1 or 2 series because this is so important. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you so that you may be children of your Father in heaven. For he makes the sun rise on the evil and the good, and send rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? If you greet only your brother and sister, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? Be perfect, therefore, as your Heavenly Father is perfect. I'm going to stop there. We're going to go over this a couple more times. What? He's saying if you do all these things, you'll be perfect. I ain't perfect, Lord. I'm not you. I'm not God. Only a God can restrain from knocking this Negro out right here. Only a God can stop from cussing them out after what they did. Yo, they stole diamonds from my mama. The diamonds, I bought them. Somebody gonna, I'm opening up a can of whoop on somebody. Somebody gonna get a foot up there behind today. I'm breaking my foot off on somebody today. I'm curb stomping somebody today. If one of those racists come in my face hollering that white power Nazi stuff, somebody gonna get the dusty roll elbow today. Jesus said, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. What it's going to do is cause you to lose your light. It's going to cause your fire to go out. It's going to cause you to lose your flavor flav. It's going to put you in a position of being cursed again. It's going to, all this stuff is adding up. It's going to put you in that position where you can't move forward in your own personal life, monetarily, physically, mentally. You can't do it. You just can't. Not only you won't be able to move in that present state, you can't move forward. You can't move forward in that situation. You're blocked. And more important, this block you from connecting God and God connecting to you. Scripture say, draw nigh to me and I'll draw nigh to you. God is saying, look, you come to me so I can come to you. I've always been here. But it's things like this that gets in the way. You cannot let this stuff get in the way. I know. And let me tell you something. The reason we're not at that level with God the way we need to be is because this right here, a lot of times it's subtle. It blocks us from going deeper and deeper in Him. A lot of us have this surface level relationship with God. And the reason why we have this surface level relationship with God is because we have these things keeping us on the surface. We can't do that. We cannot allow that. We can't. We can't. You just can't. You want to go deep, deep in God. You want to go deep, deep in God. You want to go deep, 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 deep. You want to go deep, 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 deep. In God, 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 in God. You want to go deep. You want to go deep. And you can't let these things keep you at surface level. God is saying, look, baby, I'm ready to go. You don't understand how much I love you, how much I adore you, how much I admire you. You don't understand how much I want to connect with you. I'm trying to get you in a position where you can understand you are beautiful in every way, and I want to express to you your beauty. More than your husband, more than your boyfriend, more than your girlfriend, more than anybody. I knew you from the foundation of the world. I knew you while you was in your mother's womb. I was loving you then. Don't let nothing stop that right now. Don't let no man, no woman, no situation, no circumstances stop that. I need your love just as much as you need mine. Now, you may think that you don't need my love. This is what I feel God is saying. I mean, you take it however you want. I need your love just as much as you need mine. Now, you may not seem that you need it, but if you get one taste of my love, you're going to want it all the time. That was the story about the woman with the well. Jesus said, once you drink from me, you'll never thirst again. No, I'm the good vine, baby. Once you get connected to me and I connect to you, we're going to go on this beautiful ride. And yeah, the enemy's going to still be coming at you to try to derail us, but we're going for a ride. God is standing ready to go deep, 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 deep in your together with you, but we got to stop letting these things like this keep us on the surface. I know it's hard. I do. It's hard for me. Man, I deal with opportunities to get offended every day, man. I'm a political consultant on YouTube. I'm a commentator. I see things. I comment on it. That's what I do outside of here. And politicians get on my last nerves. People in positions of government sometimes get on my last nerve. People in my life get on my last nerves. But I have to learn how to not take it personally so I can go deeper and deeper into God. I'm not going to let things keep me at surface level. I'll address it, but I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to put you down personally. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because number one, I got a fire that I need to grow bigger. I got a light that I want to shine brighter. And I got salt that I wanted to have more flavor than anything. My good friend Kim taught me to enjoy, to love, to hug, to express. And, you know, people are going to take it as if you're being sensual toward them or you're trying to hit on them and things like that. But who cares? Long as you know that you're not doing that. People going to think whatever they want to think. But you love them, and you don't let them stop you from loving them. See, my good friend Obina Indu always say, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's how I feel about you and the people in my life. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I told my friend not too long ago, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. I tried not to love you. I tried to get to the point where I wanted to hate your guts. But I couldn't. It's not my nature. My other friend, I want to hate her guts. But it's not in my nature. My homeboys, I had some homeboys to stab me in the back. I can't do it. I've gone deep in God. I want to go deeper. I'm nowhere near deep as I need to get, but I've gone deep with him. And I can't be that person no more. I am not that angry man I used to be. You step in my shoes, man, we going toe to toe. I just bought these and I just shine them. Man, you getting the knuckles, doc. I used to be that. I used to fight people, you know. I used to be racist. I was racist toward white people. I was racist toward homosexuals. I was racist toward people who had money. I was a racist son of a gun. Then God changed me. And I'll tell you how he changed me one of these days. It's going to be in my book called Born to Love. Coming to you soon. All right, I'm Robert Brown, Winning with Love with Bobby, live at 5 on Facebook. I appreciate you. Make sure you catch us, the whole broadcast, on YouTube, because it goes from Facebook Live to YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share the videos. I love you. And always remember this, that God loves you just as much as he loved Jesus. I learned that from my pastor in Virginia, Pastor Joseph Lydell Hill, the good doctor. Always remember this, that God loves you just as much as you love Jesus. And reach out and love somebody today, because God is love. And don't you ever forget that. Talk to you soon. Peace.